Money is
Mm.
good. I wanted to be comfortable. I didn't. You see all these people who say we got married, we were sleeping on the floor. We got no, it wasn't going to be me, and I knew it wasn't going to be me. I knew that it was important for me to plan my life. I was in school, for goodness sake. I went to school. I got an education. What was that going to be for?
Hello everyone, you're welcome back to my channel and I'm so excited to be here again. As you know, my name is Elizabeth, and today I'm so excited because I'm not the one to be doing the talking. For the first time in a very long time, I invited someone that I believe is going to bring us so much value to my channel. And so I'll just be doing, a little bit of talking. I'll be asking questions and she will be answering. Welcome with me, Mrs. Prince.
Oh, awesome! Finally,
You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. I'm so excited to have you here.
I'm excited to be here too. Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank
So,
you.
before we continue, would you want to introduce yourself briefly?
My name is Praise. I mean,
Of
that's just
course.
it. For the
Your
for the
name is.
purpose of this for the purpose of this video, I am wife to one husband. Um,
Uh-huh.
Pretty much.
Things we love to hear. So, guys, today's video, I'm so much excited about it. Like, it just dropped in my mind one day. I've been seeing a lot of a lot of pandemic is happening in my generation right now, spreading very wide. And then I saw your status on WhatsApp, and I'm like, this is exactly what I want to talk about. And I just decided to message you, and then I'm so thankful that you availed yourself for my channel and for my audience.
Of course, it's my
So
pleasure.
the picture I saw, can you give us a little story behind the picture? Like, actually, what was going on in that scene?
Well, so that picture was taken in 2014, I believe. That was the year Francis. So for those who don't know, my husband's name is Francis, and we attended the same university, University of Benin. It's the same university that Lizzie attended, by the way.
Yeah.
He graduated in he graduated in 2014, and on the day we took that picture, it was the day he was leaving school finally. So it was myself, himself, and one of our friends. Yes, so he was leaving school finally that day, and we took the picture at faculty, somewhere in faculty. For those who know Unibank. So that was what was happening in that
Interesting.
picture, nothing much.
Interesting. So let me ask the question. Were you guys in a relationship already by then? Or
No, but we
oh, you
knew
were
that
just
we liked each other and we're just
sorry?
friends. We knew that we liked each other, but we're just friends. And me had decided, so okay, let me give you some background tips.
Excuse me, I'm here for all of it.
We're friends, we liked each other, but you know how, I don't know if you heard this thing when you were in Uniben, that Uniben relationships end at main gates. I had my fears because school can be a very contained environment. We literally saw ourselves
Mhm.
every single day while we were in school. So my own was, you've graduated, go out, go and do your service, go and see the world and make your decision as to whether you still want this or not. I know I want this. I hear you say you want this, but maybe just go and see the world a little and make a final decision so that we don't rope ourselves into this, get into the world and realize that okay, it's not the same, it's not the same thing we wanted. So as at then we're friends, we liked each other, but we're not in a relationship. We're just friends.
Wow, wow, wow. So actually, I had a different perspective, and I thought you guys were already in a relationship as at then, and I already coined out my questions. Like, I have
So,
questions for you, but with what you just said now, I think I'm going to change my question a bit. So how many years were you guys friends for
so
before you started?
we're friends from 2012 to 26. So relationship officially kicked off in 2015 after my own
Okay.
final year. Yeah, so from 2012 to 2015, 2012, 13, 14, 15, about 4 years. And then we were in a relationship for 5 years before we got married. So we were literally friends for like 8 years. Was it eight? Please do the math. But yeah, pretty
Ah,
much.
that's like 9 years. It's
Yeah,
actually
that's more
9 years.
like 9 years. Yeah, we got married in 20.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty much. 8, 9 years.
I actually love the flow. I don't know, but I just like the way things were just cooking slowly between
Oh,
you guys.
So I believe I had the privilege of that because of the time and the time we were in and sort of the age we were. We met when we were very young. We grew together. We even talking about it
Yeah.
the other day. The praise I was as at 2012 is not the praise I am today. The praise I was as at 2015 when we began a relationship is not the person I am today. If today I meet someone, yes, because of what I know, friendship will still be important for me to build that friendship, but I won't have the time to be
Not
building
as
8 years of
long.
friendship, yes, with somebody before deciding. So it's because I'm more mature now, there are certain things I should know to look out for, and within a short period of time does not mean 3 months or 2 months, although it works for some people, but within a
Yes.
short time, two serious people at this age should know what they want and be willing to build friendship. So the dynamics are
Yeah.
different depending on your station in life, your level of
True.
awareness, and your age. Your age does play a significant
Yes,
role.
yes, I agree. I actually agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. And I agree with you on the fact that 3 months is not enough to build friendship. At least for me too.
Well, some people get married.
Because
Some people
I
get married
actually
in
see
3 months.
people who do it. And yes, it's so interesting. I mean, variety is the spice of life. I love it for them, but I just don't know. Well, and another thing is change is the only constant thing. So I can change, but I've not seen myself
So it's
get married
important
to
to also
someone
know
within the
yourself.
space of 3 months. That's
Yes,
scary.
it's important to also know yourself because there's something I used to say I could never have married a stranger. And in my own books, a stranger is someone who I just met. It's as a human being with the kind of personality I have and my approach to
Mm,
life, it takes me a while to get used to people. It takes me a while to open up myself. It takes me a while to get comfortable with people. So just imagine me meeting somebody
mm,
and getting married to them in 3 months. I'm literally marrying a stranger.
true,
Literally.
true, true,
Literally.
true, true, true. So it's just best to just know yourself and then just go with the flow, like based
Yeah.
on your personality, not based on what people are doing. So yes, thank
Yeah.
you for that. I actually did not plan on asking that question, but I'm glad I did. Anyways, now here is the thing. There is this pandemic going on out there now. You see
Okay.
like a 25-year-old girl saying that, oh, she cannot date a 25-year-old guy or a 26-year-old guy. Why? Because they are still hustling. How are you going to get me my wig? Where's the money? How much are you earning? So they are looking for older men, right? And looking for richer men. So you would see how there would be a change also when the 25-year-old guy is actually rich. They would not mind, right? So I don't have a problem with people doing this, but I have noticed that in a way or the other, it's already seeping into the mind of every other girl. In fact, for a girl that actually does not mind the hustling guy, consciously she's already cultivating that mindset because I mean we consume a lot from the internet these days, a lot. So you do not even know when you're already cultivating a mindset that, oh, now rich guy I dey find, oh please please. It is when a broke guy comes near you that you be like, where did this one start?
Hmm.
So, I don't know. Where did you face all of those challenges? Was your boyfriend, your then boyfriend, was he rich? Because I know I asked you a question about you guys' age bracket, and you said you guys are age mates, right? So,
Yeah.
was he rich? How are you able to? Because that picture I saw. So
Okay.
please just shed some light on that.
Let me attempt this question. I understand what you're referring to as this pandemic, and these days, because of social media pressure, people wanting to show that people that don't want to feel like they're left behind, people are willing to do whatever it takes to look the part. For me, to be honest, well, let me answer the question in my own context. I had a knowing, maybe it's because of the way I grew up, maybe it's because of the kind of the way I was socialized, the way I was brought up, just my mindset in general. Money is money. And if you were not born in wealth, there is a way to get money. Many times it just
Hmm.
takes time. It just takes time. Like most of these girls as well, I also did not see myself getting involved with somebody who was my age mate. I never dated any of my classmates in secondary school because I just felt like, I'm sorry, but they didn't have sense. I'd always, I'd always wanted someone who So I
Yeah.
noticed very early, even in secondary school, that guys, let me say, many guys in my age bracket did not even think, like, if I wanted to find someone who would go go hand or man to man with me intellectually and mindset wise,
Mm.
like an older man. That was my own observation. So when I got into school, of course, I saw older people who I felt will match, matching people who would be suitable. But by the time we start having conversations about life, having conversations about the future, I'm just like, this one is just old, but he doesn't. I'm sorry, but you're not giving. The sense is not giving. So I told myself that
The sense.
it's not giving. For me, so for me again, my focus was not money. Money is good.
Mm.
I wanted to be comfortable. I didn't. You see all these people who say we got married, we were sleeping on the floor. We got no, it wasn't going to be me, and I knew it wasn't going to be me. I knew that it was important for me to plan my life. I was in school, for goodness. I went to school. I got an education. What was that going to be for? It's to get a
I
job,
mean,
empower myself, and make money. Hopefully, and I was hopeful that whoever was going to come into my life would also, have some money, have something doing, be hardworking and all. So my major focus, to be honest, when I was looking for someone, well, I don't know whether I won't say I was looking for, but when I was thinking of the kind of person I wanted to spend the rest of my life with, the major focus for me was someone who had sense, common
mm.
sense, someone whose mindset was whose mindset matched mine. I'd met many people to whom I'll be speaking, and they just feel like, you're very high minded, though. You're very, this is not, you live in a bubble, Someone asked me one
Mm.
time what kind of man I wanted, and I told them, and the person told me that I can't find, I can't find the kind of person I'm looking for. I was like, but I didn't mention money. Oh. Do you realize that
Can
in
you
every
imagine?
yes, when they asked me what kind of man do you want, I said a lot of things. I did not mention money. So I was like, so
Mm.
why I didn't mention money? I just want somebody that has sense, someone who is kind, someone who is considerate towards me, someone who is respectful, someone who needs the kind of help. I mean, help me. I will be
Mm.
I will be in the wrong place if I don't have the kind of help that my man needs. Do you understand? I need someone who I
Mm.
can help properly, and someone who would. I'm a wife. To be my husband, you need to groom me. I want to get married and be a well-watered garden. Do you understand? You are
Mm.
the husband man. I need to, or it is important that whoever I'm getting married to is able to see where God is taking me to and understand
Mm.
his role in that. So which one is
In
I will
achieving
not.
that.
Yes. So why are you telling me that the person I want has not been created? Do you get? So yes, I thought of getting older men. So many of our parents got married. So if you look at some of our parents, the age gap between father and mother is like 10, 11, 15 years. I didn't want that. I also, for me, friendship in marriage was also very important. So I didn't want the age gap to be too much. But to surprise you, I don't know if you'd be surprised if I tell you that I met someone who was like 12 years older than me, but it wasn't giving. Of course, he was established. He had a car. I was just in school. He was established. He had a car. He had money at the time, But he disrespected me one time, and I said, no, I can't
Mm.
be with this person. I can't be with this person. He said something about his car and all, and I looked at him and I told him that. So you believe that when I graduated from university, I didn't have a car, oh, Lizzy. Just so you know that means I didn't have a car at that time. But I told him that you are disrespecting me because of your car. Do you believe that when I graduate from university and I have money to buy a car, is this your car that I will buy? Are you playing? Are you disrespect? Like, are you? He disrespected me because of a car, and we ended up not getting, because we're still getting to know each other. But I felt disrespected. He always looked down on me because of my age. I was like, I can't solve this one. I cannot.
I
I
can't.
can't.
I can't
I
do
can't
this.
deal with this. No, I can't deal with this. You might be more advanced in years, you might have money, but I will not be insulted. Unfortunately, I will not be insulted for all this rubbish, because I know that the difference between me and this thing is time. It's just that, just give me some
Yeah.
time. And I will get there. What's all this one? So when my husband came around, I mean, he's someone who there's something we say that we have, there's something called intellectual intercourse. And
Mm. Hey, God. I love it.
because I believe I see. I think let's say I think or I believe I'm sapiosexual. I'm primarily
Mm,
attracted to people's minds and people's intelligence, people's interpretation
intelligent.
of the world. Yes, that is very, very attractive to me, and that's one of the major things that attracted me to my husband because we can relate in so many areas. We can sit down and be having a conversation about the wildest things, and he doesn't think I'm weird. I don't think he's weird either. We just exchange like it's a deep calling onto deep situation.
Mm-mm.
Why would I? And
This is
he's not
this is
ready.
so deep.
Yes, it's a deep calling onto deep because many before I found him, I figured that what I noticed was that I could expose a part of myself to certain people that they could relate to. There were so many other sides of me that a lot of people couldn't relate to. But he was the one person that could relate to me in almost every area of life. You know, we will talk about God and I will not sound too spiritual. We'll talk about being a woman and I will not sound like a feminist extremist.
Feminist.
Talk about, we'll talk about culture and I won't sound like someone who wasn't brought up. Like we talked about so many things, talk about psychology, talk about education, talk about life. We would exchange books, we would read. When we got married, the majority of our property was books. So
Can you
was
imagine?
books. And if I'm being honest, I thought about it. I'm getting involved with this person. We would need money to live our lives.
Mhm.
I was not doing badly with my parents' house. So of course I didn't want to get married and be worse off. But there were certain little things to look at. Is he lazy? He might not have all the money now, but is he lazy? Is he teachable? Is he someone that
Mm.
listens? Is he someone who is willing to learn? Is he someone that has mentorship in his life? Is he someone who is open minded? This when I looked at all of these things, I was like, these are the makings of someone who cannot suffer in life. So let's better align our journey and be going
Are
in the
you
same direction.
sister?
No, we don't have a good time. He was my age mate, but he had sense way more than many of the older men I had met. And I
Mm.
knew where I was going, so it wasn't a difficult decision for me to make. And me too, I'm not lazy. I also had the knowing in my heart that I did not come, I'm not a decoration. I'm not anybody's
Aha.
trophy. Sometimes because of the hectic nature of my work, I just wish I could be one Wunye Odogu's wife. But I know that it's not my calling.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's not my calling. So with or without any man, I knew I was going to make it in life. So if you want to be on this journey, well, come along. Let's do it together. And that was my
I love
mindset.
it. I love I love all of your explanations. You were just touching the main point. And I love the fact that you listed out those things that even though money was not involved, there are some characteristics to look out for in a guy. Is he lazy? Is he teachable? Is he willing to learn? Is he open to corrections and all of those things?
Many
Because
people,
I believe that I used to say something. Okay, go ahead, please.
no, I just wanted to expound a bit on what you said about being teachable. Many people, when they're referring to a woman, they say when you want to get a woman, make sure that she's teachable. The man as the head of the home, a leader that does not listen will lead the whole family into bush. And the fact that he's a leader does not mean he will know everything. So someone who
Mm-hmm.
doesn't listen, go and see men who have done well in their marriages. They listen to their wives. It is an unwise man that marries a foolish woman. So you say you don't listen to your wife because she does not have sense. You did not see her before you got married to her. You don't know that God that said that I will give you help meet. You think God does not know what he's saying. So
Mm,
a man who is teachable is a great asset. Is a great asset.
mm. Mm. This more. Let me mention more times 10. There is something I used to say, and it just feels like I'm saying nonsense sometimes when I discuss it with people. I say when I marry a man, whoever is it I choose to settle down with will cannot be poor. Because not because the person
Hmm.
I'm paying the money now, but because there are some characteristics I've seen in you, there are some traits you possess that I know that with me in your life, with these traits, it will
It
be
is possible
good.
that
It will be good. You necessarily don't have to have all the money now, but show me that your goals are feasible, you are willing to learn, you are willing to adjust, you are hardworking also. And everything will be fine. So when I hear all these, hey, I cannot marry, I cannot date. See, at 25 years old, I'm 25 years old. I have met older men that don't have sense. A bit of sense.
Plenty. There are plenty. So again, it is what are you looking for? If it's money you
Yeah.
are looking for, there's money everywhere. Even the Bible talks
Mm,
about a rich fool. You don't need to have
mm,
sense to have money. If it's money you are
I know,
looking
right?
for, it's all right. You will see the money. But this person that you are with, can this person comfortable? Are you comfortable bringing a child into? Well, some people are,
Hmm.
unfortunately. Some people are. This
Unfortunately,
is the kind of person you want to
unfortunately.
be a father to your child? Really? This kind of person you want to do life with? You are willing to take whatever insult just because of money that you can make?
Mm.
Ah, no. I've never understood it.
You see,
I've never understood it. I've really never understood it.
so I actually think this this video or this session is going to like, while I'm targeting towards the female audience, it's also towards the male audience. I feel like everybody would have something to learn, and I have the people that unconsciously have made I've cultivated a mindset. I actually have them in mind because there are a lot of persons out there that unconsciously, because of what they are seeing online and everything, they are just trying to, they're already shifting the goalpost. Like, money has
Mm.
to be involved. Like my mommy will say, although I don't used to agree with my mommy 100%, but she will say, if he has money now, how are you sure that the money will not go later in life? I'm like, why?
True.
But
You
it's
think there's
true.
money today, so you're seeing the money
Mm,
tomorrow, because the way life is life is in seasons. Do you get?
mm-hmm,
Life is in seasons. Some people come upon money, but they're not able to keep it. They have patterns of spending recklessly, no savings, no investment, nothing, nothing. So you are seeing the money today and he's lavishing it on you. You don't
mm,
have the income to ask him, what are you even doing to make money? What investments are you doing? How is your savings culture like? Are you budgeting?
mm.
No, you are enjoying the money. Tomorrow, if the source of that money dries up, what happens? What
They will
happens?
suffer together. But anyways, that's by the way. So to my next question, see, I'm reading from a book. I don't want to forget
Oh,
any question.
okay.
So I would say, what made you okay? Were there tough times in your relationship? Tough times like,
Oh,
were there times you felt like what's happening financially? Were there times you felt
mm,
like that?
no, no,
Mm,
not like that. There were times I wish we had like all the money we needed to do certain things, but there was, I don't think there was ever a time where I was so worried that we would not be okay, because we
mm,
grew. From being students, we graduated. We got our first jobs. They were not great paying jobs, but we got our first jobs. We're able to, once in a while buy something, go on a cheap date, get something, would celebrate those wins. I remember
mm,
when we were, so there's this place we go after church. It was just close to church when we're still in a relationship. And they will always come and try to sell fish to us, grilled fish and all. I remember, Lizzie, I remember the first day we were able to buy grilled fish. After all the years of coming to market grilled fish stores, I remember the day we were able to buy. No, I'm serious. And it's not as if you couldn't have bought it all these years, but when you know that the money you are earning is not so much, you also have wisdom to manage it properly. So I
yeah,
remember the first
prioritize.
Sunday, yes. I remember the first Sunday we were able to buy grilled fish. We looked at each other, we're like, we're growing, we're actually growing. Like we're able to afford this without even shaking body, without, because neither of us come from privileged backgrounds. So we
Mm,
knew where we're coming from. It's not as if anything was waiting for us. We needed to work our way out. So I remember the first day we were able to do that. I remember the first day we were able to go to an expensive restaurant to have dinner. I remember the first day we did, we have milestones. So for each, I
mm-hmm,
know the thing with life is that God is faithful. He will give you the bread you need for today. The problem is you are not content with what you have. You are looking at somebody else and comparing somebody else's life to yours. That's mostly the problem we have. But if you are honest with yourself, many times, if you look at where you are, what you need might not be excess, but it is sufficient enough. Maybe not more, enough, but it is sufficient enough. When my husband needed to move houses before we got married, we had a desire that he would move into a certain kind of apartment, but we couldn't afford that. He moved into a smaller one. Was it house or was it no house? It was house. But
Wow.
it was house. Yes, it wasn't so bad, it wasn't terrible, it just wasn't what we had in mind at the beginning. So there was never really a time that um that money cost issues for us. No. There were times that things were a bit tough. We were hoping, we'll be able to get some money to do this. But there were times that money that we did not expect also came in because everybody was
Mm.
working hard. Everybody was, hustling in quotes. Even though I don't really like that word. Everybody was doing something, and God was blessing what our hands found to do. So yes, there
Mm.
were some tough times, but we were good. We were mostly good.
Yeah.